Hey, Callie, how are you? Hi, Cheryl. You're talking about Neil Young, and I don't know how to play that song. For a minute, I thought you were going to ask me for The Needle and the Spoon by Leonard Skinner, and I'm like, yeah, actually, coincidentally, I do know that. But that's not the song that you asked me for. Sorry. Hey Chris, how you doing? Thank you. Hey Judith, how you doing? No, I can play my music, which is what you're hearing. Judith, can you do me a favor? Can you please read the pinned comment for me? Thank you. It's not an on-request hotline, but thank you for being here. You don't need to be sorry. I know it's your first time here. Hey, Everett. Oh, nice, dude. That's a great game. Hard as balls, but great game. I can never get very far in it. I like Bloodlines better, to be honest with you. Which is just a Sega Genesis variation of the game. It's different. It never came to the Super Nintendo. Play a beautiful melody. Okay. Yes, I do. Yeah. Hey Deb, hey Becky, how you guys doing? Good to see you. Someone asked for, I guess, Pretty Melody. I only got one song that's kind of like that. Well, I mean, that's not true. I'm lying. I'm fibbing. This is called Partner in Crime. This is called Partner in Crime. Whoops. Sorry. I forgot to do that really quick. Hang on. Damn it. Damn it, Beavis. Okay. No, I'll start it over. This is called Partner in Crime. My feelings that I have inside, I keep on growing every day. You keep on smiling just the same. Watch the sunset out on the porch. Been 7 years since we lit the torch. Yes, I'm in the greater Phoenix metro area. Hang on, I don't want to do this yet. Cheryl, I don't like singing all the time. Sometimes I just don't like doing it. Today happens to be one of those days. Hi, Gabe 18 Boss. How you doing? Christian, how are you? Thanks, Becky. Oh. Oh, 7 watching now. Oh, alert the media. Hang on. Huffalumps and woozles? Huffalumps and weasels. Weasels and woozles? Woozles and weasels. The most wonderful thing about Tiggers is I'm the only one. Yes. Just be cool. Just be cool when you approach me. In other words, don't get in my personal space. That'll just freak me out. But yeah, if you're cool about it, yeah, you can have my autograph. You can even take a picture with me if you like on your iPhone or Android device, all right? Hey Amanda, how you doing? How's Central Florida today? Yeah, another nice day of 80 something fucking degrees and more out of towners. Running and screaming, I'll be like, I've never seen this person in my life. I don't know who the fuck they are. Dude, the last thing you want to do is come running and screaming at me, alright? Because I would take that as a threat. You don't want me to take you as a threat. The weather here is too good for all the tourists. Now they're going to want to stay here. They're going to want to buy places and move here. Oh my God, I went to the Waste Management Open and the weather was just so great. I'm going to buy a place here now. Thanks, out of town asshole. Hey, Lisa. How are you? We were just discussing the weather. In New Mexico, it's cold? I'm sorry, man. I've driven through there a few times. How are you, Lisa? Hey, Alex, how you doing? Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Yeah, I actually did some work this morning and cut 2 or 3 shorts. 2 out of the 3 worked out. It's fine. I deleted the 3rd. It's all good. Hey, Russell. From Russia with Love. I like it. We got a couple other people from Russia and Ukraine. You love my voice? That makes one of us. I find it to be downright annoying at times. And I'm not just talking about my singing voice, but sometimes when I rewatch the videos, I do crack myself up with some of the shit that flies out of my mouth. And I go, I can't believe I just said that. And I go, yeah, I can. Or I just start laughing. I said, oh shit, that was funny. That's how I react to watching me on the playbacks. Hey Russell, how you doing, man? Well, I took my baby to see a show. She was telling me she didn't want to go. I said, come on, girl, what's the matter with you? Well, I can tell by the smell that you've had a few. Saying, hold on, girl, don't you get too tight. Started and we got all night. We gotta take it easy, take it slow. Don't want the whole world to know about the shape you're in. Hey, girl, shape you're in, about the shape you're in. Come on, girl, shape you're in. Well, my little girl really loves that wine. Why I'm gonna do it to most every time. It's red or it's white or it's in between. She can drink more wine than I'd ever seen. Saying, hold on, girl, don't you get too tight. Started and we got all night. We gotta take it easy, take it slow. Don't want the whole world to know about the shape. Hey girl, shape your hair, about the shape. Come on girl, shape your hair. Well, I'm not trying to get heavy with you. Mind my own business if you want me to. But I love you, girl, I don't love no one else. I can tell you, baby, cause I've been there myself. Saying, hold on, girl, don't you get too tight. Starting and we got all night. We gotta take it easy, take it slow. Don't want the whole world to know about the shape you're in. Hey, girl, shape your hair, about the shape you're in. Come on, girl, shape your hair. Hey, Stacy Stoltz. Any relation to Eric Stoltz? Thank you, Becky. Thanks, Amanda. I appreciate that. Yes, I like James Bond movies, Everett. My favorites are Spy Who Loved Me, Live and Let Die, and Moonraker. Because I grew up with Roger Moore. Yeah, Becky, I used to practice to a metronome all the time when I was in high school. And once in a while, I still do it here in the house. If you want to get good at rhythm, practice to a metronome. Honestly, like when I had Chris on the show on Wednesday night, we talked about the different kinds of drummers. I mean, I put up one of the clips this morning that dealt with like our rotating door of drummers in the band was ridiculous. But the first guy we played with, he was very like just kind of shot from the hip. Unfortunately, that didn't result in proper timing. So we had to get someone that could keep metronome type time for us because Chris and I were really tight as a unit. And we were both metronome players. So Chris has had possibly, I think, more education about music than I have. I'm pretty sure that's a strong possibility after talking to him. What was I just playing? I was playing The Shape You're In by Eric Clapton off the Money and Cigarettes record with Albert Lee as the second guitar player. It's from 1981, 82, right in there. Like that was actually the second to last record he did with Blackie. After that one was Behind the Sun, and then he recorded August with his new signature Stratocaster. His sound was changing. You could clearly hear it in the song. It's in the way that you use it. He started working with Fender on his signature guitar, and he started using that in 86, 85, 86. He retired Blackie. Yeah, Becky, it was a nightmare, honestly. I didn't get to say this to Chris, but like our worst gig together was, I mean, it was brought up, but it was the night that the guy that was with us for a little bit decided not to show up to a gig, and it took me like a week or two to like finally track him down on the phone, being like, dude, what the hell? And he was just like, fuck off. I was just like, whoa. Okay. So it was, yeah. So I think after that point, I think it was like towards the end where I was just so burnt out of everything. And I think we only had one or two more gigs on the books. And I was just like, I just didn't want to do it anymore. Between trying to book gigs and trying to get a drummer all the time, it was just kind of a dread situation. You know, something. The thing that you love turned into the thing that you dread. So it was time to stop and do something else. And like Chris, I got certified as a public school teacher. I just didn't wind up teaching because I couldn't get a position. And that lucked out. I lucked out because of that. I was able to open Soulcactus Sound and create my own signature amp with Victoria Amplifier Company. So that worked out for me in the long run. Yeah, man, like band management is a different animal than you just showing up and playing in the band, guys. Um, do I like Tales from the Crypt? No, that's really not my jam. I do like some horror stuff. Oh, that's cool. Bex. I know those instruments, but yeah. Um, the management. Nobody wants to do the management side of it. That's why I always took charge and running the bands and putting them together because nobody else wanted to deal with that stuff. And it's not that I'm a control freak or whatever, but I do have an efficiency to it in my method. And at this point, I kind of have it. I mean, like, even though I haven't done it in a long time, I can tell you exactly what you need to do step by step in order to get the shit rolling as fast as possible. Exactly, Becky. Hey, Simone, how are you? Good to see you. How's Germany? The amp was Becky. The amp was a wow moment for sure. Um, I mean, as big as the amp is, Bex. The cool thing for me about the amp is here I'll show you guys. The cool thing really is seeing my character there on the amp panel. That is the coolest thing for me. Simone, we got both Deb and Becky modding today. So, awesome. All my favorite ladies are here. I love it. Hey, Snake Plissken. You want to send me? Sure. Just email me and I'll give you my mailing address. Here, man. Email is usually for collabs and private lessons. But if you want to email me a big-ass poster of Jar Jar Binks, email me and I'll give you my mailing address. All right, Everett, be cool. And as far as my original music goes, you can find it here at the Patreon site. Any idea why these like little I was like seeing them earlier. Yeah. Any idea why the Japanese letters keep appearing? Anybody? Or is that just a weird thing that happened? Must have been a weird thing. Oh well. The other cool thing about starting your own gear business or whatever, at least for me, was I got to show my amp off to people like Warren Haynes of the Allman Brothers and the Government Mule. To have him play guitar like basically within my 3 feet of personal space and personally adjust the amp for him and hit like the tremolo and button on the foot switch for him and that kind of stuff was just a thrill of a lifetime. Like for me, personally, it really didn't get any cooler than that. And even though he didn't buy one, I was all right with that. Don't worry about it. I think it's resolved itself. I mean, it's like if you guys watch the conversation with me and Leo Elliott, he talked about it. I mean, it's just like, it's a trip to know that something that you created is being used to make music in somebody else's hands. And Jimmy Burkhard has the same thing with his Jimmy Burkhard MGL 100 amplifier. It's the same kind of thing, you know? Like, there's somewhere in America, someone else is using the Jimmy Burkhard MGL 100. I'm sure there's more than one. I'm sure there are several. But, you know, like, I certainly don't sit and dwell on it. and be like, oh my God, I can't believe all. Yeah, whatever. I'm glad that they bought it and they're using it. That's all I care about, and that they love it, because I love mine. I mean, we sort of got a really cool amplifier because we took the best 3 Fender eras and put them in one amp. We put tweed tone, blackface reverb, and brownface tremolo all in one amp. Now you can't buy it new. If you want to buy a Soulcactus signature amp, you got to look on Reverb at the secondary markets. They're usually under Victoria Amp Co. because that's who made the amp. Hi Dima, how are you? And hi Yuri. Any seats here? To send a sticker, show your support. Go into Super Chats. Here. How much would you like to bet, Mortimer? $1. Boom. Buy and send. That's how you do it. Okie day. Ah, nice. Very cool. Good on you, man. That's great. Thank you, Becky. God, what is my favorite riff from the UK? I think probably something off of Led Zeppelin 2, wouldn't it? Or Black Dog. Either way, I'm going to switch amplifiers to play it. glad you made it here earlier. Hey, Burbank, what's happening? Any of those, Becky, would be considered all my favorites for the most part. Yeah, Joseph, if you want to send me some money, I'll get right on it. Hey, Noah, how you doing? Hey, Jason. No, I'll pass. Thank you. That was weird. Sorry, Becky. Becky, any and all of those would be considered some of my favorites. Or this one. This one. fantastic. Russell, I wouldn't say dang nailed it. I'd say pretty good attempt. Thanks for the enthusiasm, Deb. Yeah, I don't know. It keeps showing this symbol on my phone. It's weird. Like, it keeps showing up on everybody's thing here. It's really peculiar. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Hey, Sir Pancake, how you doing? It like looks like a little weird mark with an A, and I don't understand like why it's doing it. I've not seen it before. It's like some kind of watermark or something. I don't know, some kind of symbol. You guys aren't seeing it, but I am on my phone. I must have hit something by accident. I don't know. At least I don't think that I did. But that doesn't mean anything. If you could send me some money, I'm happy to play you some SRV. You know, I think I'm going to have to make a watermark that seriously said requests aren't free. And it'll just appear up in one of the corners. So that way we don't have to fucking say anything ever again. It'll be there. Just like on What's Her Name stream, it says requests are $5 and $10. This will say requests are not free. Send a tip. It'll just be like seeing my Soulcactus character. When you guys are looking, if you're looking on YouTube, you'll see it. It's at the bottom right hand corner. It's a watermark. So I can just put something else like that in the screen, and it'll be permanently there. Yeah, it's fucking hysterical, man. It's fucking hysterical that I take the time to do that at the beginning of every episode with the pinned comment. Yeah. And that nobody reads it. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Thanks, Becky. Thanks, Deb. Gilbert, what's happening? Rolling Stones tongue. I like it. Still need to send a tip, though, if you want to hear something special. I know. That's why maybe I need to do a watermark. So that way you see it every time you tune in. And there's no more pinned comment. Except the pinned comments start saying by themselves, requests are not free. Send a tip. And that'll be the only thing that it says. Hey Martin, how you doing? Would you like to play a game? No. I know, Deb. It's gonna be a never-ending thing, unfortunately. Guys, if you're wanting to hear something, you need to send a tip. I'm my own artist. I play my own music. If you really want me to play somebody else's tune for you, send me some money and I'm happy to do it. Otherwise, don't bother me, kid. You bother me. Go away. Shoot. Hey, Deb and Bex. Did you guys like hearing Chris, confirm my story about JD Simo? How was that for you? That's another person that had an eyewitness account of what went on there. I thought it was cool to ask him about it and have him out of his own mouth, and I had no coercion with him prior to it. It just sort of happened, and I went there with it because I want to hear it out of his mouth. So when you hear it out of my mouth, it's biased. It's my channel. I could be lying my ass off. But when I bring on another person who was there at the same time and can confirm my story, that's just gravy. I like proving that I'm not full of shit. So that's for you all to know that it happened exactly the way I said it happened. Did I fangirl? No. I did laugh when he told his side, when he told his perspective about being at the bar with JD. Because I was just like, yeah, dude, okay, so he just described JD and his mom to a T the same way I described it to you. And yeah, it was really messed up. And look, he said he's a parent. Chris and I have a similar view, like we wouldn't do that to our kid. We just wouldn't. And we're really gung-ho about, playing music and everything, but there is a time and a place for everything. And I feel like that kid kind of missed out on some of his childhood. Chris is very genuine. Why do you think we got along? You could totally see that we were like brothers from another mother, though. We just wanted to, we just had a meeting of the minds of we wanted to go out and kick as much ass as possible. And we did that, but unfortunately, a lot of it was met with this. Oh my God, what am I hearing right now? I must retreat. This is it's too much. Oh my God. It was kind of like that at a lot of places because we were really like a wrecking ball coming in. I guess the only thing like that was close or comparable would have been like seeing Cream in its heyday, because we were that bombastic live. I loved it. I know that Chris did too. But yeah, I think for a lot of places we were a little too much. What's my favorite song? Off of my record or in general, like spanning the whole universe of songs, or just my songs? Oh, thanks, Deb. That's cool. Well, if I tell something, it's nice to have, backup to back up the facts, like somebody else there, like another eyewitness account. That's really why I wanted to have Chris on. I'm also going to try and get some of my old jazz band friends on. I'm going to try and get my old percussion drummer that was We Still Talk, and the bass player from jazz band from high school. My percussion drummer friend, he still plays, professionally speaking. He's winding down because he has physical ailments. And my bass player friend, he's doesn't really play anymore, but he has played. Like, he's played in the army, and he's definitely played music all his life. Not like that. No. No, Becky. And I'll tell you why it was violent in Cream, because Ginger Baker was violent. Ginger Baker would lose his shit at the drop of a dime. That's why. You know, redheads are known as one of two ways, from what I understand. Normal and extra fucking crazy. Ginger Baker's from the extra fucking crazy part. is what I'm guessing. Oh, shut up, AT&T. I never had any of those kind of things in any of the bands that I played in. I think when things got really contentious, it would either not come to blows, but be have a very blunt conversation about what the fuck is your problem. And if you can't contain yourself, then you can't play in the band. It would sort of be like that. Like, I need to know what your problem is, or here's the issue. Blah blah blah. Can it be resolved or not? For me, oftentimes, considering a lot of the time that I played professionally, I've been a journeyman, just going from gig to gig to gig to gig, and playing with band to band to band to band. Anytime that I felt like this was not cool anymore, like the Stones band, for example, that I played in Virginia, I got to a point with them where the drummer was such a raving asshole that it made it really uncool for me to want to play with them. And I told the other guitar player when we auditioned, guys, I'm like, if you hire this guy, you are going to have problems because of him down the road. I'm like, it's your band. You can do what you want. I'm just telling you from my own past personal experience. If you hire somebody like this, you're going to have fucking problems with him. He hired him. And guess what? A few months later, I fucking quit because of that guy. And I told him. So it's more important to him to keep the drummer as opposed to let his McTaylor walk out the door. That's the thing with guitar players. We're a dime a dozen. He found somebody else. he would have had a harder time finding another drummer. But eventually I believe that he did replace that drummer. Hey, how you doing, Mr. SG? J Music? How is it going? How's the ebony treating you? Yeah, Becky, I'm an excellent judge of character. Even though I'll tell you, Becky, even though I've been surprised over the course of my life where I thought somebody was wired a certain way and they turned out to be like Two-Face, that's come and bit me on the ass a couple times. Yeah, man, SGs are great. The only thing that I would do to it is like I would put WCR Wagner humbuckers in there. I put a set of crossroads in there, and I'd replace the wiring inside to the Lawler wiring rig. I would buy a Lawler wiring kit and have those electronics replaced with the Lawler, and then have the humbuckers installed. That's what I would do to the guitar if I was going to keep it. I changed the pickup on this, but I haven't changed the electronics inside. When I do, they will be Lawler. I mean, like, some people can do it themselves, and that's cool. I can't. I'm not a great, I'm not great at soldering, so I prefer to let a professional do it for me. J Music. Yeah, I saw that same thing. Yeah, Ginger Baker was very contentious as a person. And I will tell you what, if you disrespected Ginger Baker, you wouldn't just be met with words. You'd be met with physical harm. He was very much a loose cannon, and he did not give a fuck. You know, he felt like he was done wrong in Cream. He felt like him and Eric should have gotten writing credits on everything. And they only got writing credits on a couple songs here and there, where Jack Bruce made shit tons of money with Pete Brown. They made more money than Eric and Ginger because they had more songs. And what should have happened if they were all for one and one for all? When they started writing songs, they should have said, look, I think it would be best if we just put all three of our names on every song. That way there's no animosity. There's no, hey, you got more money than me because you wrote these, blah, 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 blah. There's none of that shit. You take that out. I mean, that would have been one way to alleviate that situation. But their management didn't tell them to do that. They were just told, you need to write songs. However you want to do it, I don't give a shit, but you need to write songs. You can't just like copy old blues tunes. You know, you need to have some originality. It was the same thing that was told to like Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. You guys need to write a song. They wrote Satisfaction. Oops. Yeah, Andrew Oldham locked him in a room and said, "You're not coming out of here until you guys write a song." That's the song they wrote. That worked. But same thing there. A lot of Richards and Jagger, right? Not all the Stones got all the credits for writing all the songs. And that's even a bigger thing because look at all the Stones records. You're not just talking about like 4 records that Cream had. You're talking about decades worth of albums with the Stones. So if you don't think Keith Richards and Mick Jagger made more money than Bill Wyman, Charlie Watts, Ron Wood, whoever else, you're gravely mistaken. It's the same thing in Led Zeppelin. Robert Plant and Jimmy Page made more money than John Paul Jones and John Bonham. They had more writing credits. Now, because like my first band, Killing Floor, that I assembled, I worked on the songs with somebody else in the band. Some of the songs I wrote by myself. Some I worked out with another musician. But when it came time to like copyright everything, I copyrighted everything. I own it all. I have a poor man's copyright sitting in a safe deposit box with all the Killing Floor shit on it. Because that's, I mean, if you want to protect yourself and you're in a band situation and it's an original band and you might have a feeling like, I think this is going south, best thing to do is like, if you want to secure the music belonging to you that you wrote, get together a poor man's copyright, which is, what is that? It's you type up a letter along that goes along with the medium, either a flash drive or a CD at this point. You say, I, Larry Soulcactus, on this day, whatever it is, February 5th, February 6th, cite that these original works are mine, February 6th. And then you list the following works, following compositions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just like they would appear on a CD or tape or record, okay? You just list all their names, and then at the bottom, I'm certifying that these are my works with this notary. And then you get the letter notarized, and then you take the letter and the flash drive or the CD, and you seal it up in a padded envelope, mail it back to yourself from the UPS store that you got the notary from. You could do it right then and there and seal it up and mail it back to yourself. When it gets to you, you'll have a timestamp on it from the USPS postal office. Once you've gotten it, you're good. Take it and put it in a safe deposit box and just sit on it for all eternity. When you're 80, you can open it and destroy it. Because at that point, you've lived your life. If nobody's ripped you off by now, they ain't gonna do it. But if you're really paranoid, just leave it sealed in a safe deposit box and your estate will take care of it after you're done. Because that's what I'm gonna do to me. I'm gonna leave my shit sealed. And whoever I leave my estate to, they can take it up. If somebody should ever rip off Larry Soulcactus or Larry Konevsky songs. Thanks, Deb. Hey, Lazy. Sorry. Hey, Norwood. You need to take a lesson for that, Norwood. Hey, Alan. What's your favorite song that you've wrote? Or can play? I like my Soulcactus song a lot. And I like my Meeting You song a lot. Please, Master of Puppets. Candace, I'm gonna pass. Can you stop spamming my channel, or we're gonna kick you out? I mean, if you want to hear another song of my original making, we can do that. Let's play this one. It's bouncy. It's called This Is the Thing. Yeah, it is, Becky. Thank you. if I re-recorded that one, I think that I would probably divide up a couple of the verses because they're kind of long. And then maybe get like 2 more choruses out of it. Essentially making a little bit longer. But it's nice and poppy. Thank you, Becky. You got kicked out, but you're back? Okay, this is weird. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. Good news is I will be back at 5 p.m. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening. 5 p.m. Arizona time. 6 p.m. if you're in Texas or the Midwest, and 4 o'clock if you're in California. So, best way to help me and support the channel is to send a sticker, a tip during the live stream and super chats. Any and everything, any amount, everything helps. Even if it's $1, it still helps. So anyways, that's going to be the thing. You can find me on Instagram at Larry Soulcactus there. Patreon.com/Larry Soulcactus, and email soulcactus19@gmail.com. All that shit's in the information below the title. Click the more button. Drop down box will appear with all that shit. The links can take you right to Instagram or Patreon, should you desire. And if you're new, yes, thank you. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Becky. Becky, I appreciate the sticker. Deborah, I appreciate you all the time. Becky, I appreciate you all the time, too. All right, guys. Have a good afternoon, and we'll see you later for the evening jams, all right? Be good to yourselves. Be good to the ones around you. Hang loose. Love you guys. Thank you for all being in my dreams, all right? Peace out. Bye-bye.